Hello everyone, SilverContrail here, and today we're starting off a Let's Play series of my FTB Infinity World. This is in version 1.710. There are actually a lot of mods coming out for 1.8 now, and down the road I'd like to kind of move to that. I know Thaumcraft just recently came out for 1.8, so I kind of want to do a Let's Play of that once some more mods get in there. So I'm not sure how much longer I'll be playing this world, but for now I wanted to double down on it because I've been having a lot of fun with it so far, and I've got some cool building ideas. So now with finally something cool to build, I think this is the time to go ahead and start working with some of that stuff. Okay, so I went over my world in my world tour. If you haven't seen that, it should be the previous video. I can link it in the description as well. And otherwise, we're going to be doing something today that I've been kind of putting off, which is really doubling down on my power source. In this case, the steam power that I have. So we're going to need all of our steel pretty much, and we're going to need some various different things here. So steam is generated as power when it's passed through a steam turbine of some sort. So the turbine here from MFR, this is what we're going to be using. There's other stuff you can use, but I like the MFR turbine. It's actually the easiest of the bunch. So this one is pretty straightforward. Some pistons, a steam dynamo, which you could also use, but I think this only outputs, it doesn't say how much it outputs, but it's not enough basically. So we definitely need more, and that's what we're going to be doing. So step one, of course, is to make all of the pieces of the puzzle here, and I think okay, yeah. My screen was synced the wrong way. So we're going to need to make a bunch of these dudes, which means we need a bunch of these, which means we need our glass, which means we need all sorts of fun stuff. I'm going to go ahead and prepare some of the stuff off camera because I have it all scattered around still. I haven't imported everything into the crafting terminal, which is usually where I do pretty much everything. Oh, that was interesting. Does that not work like that? Oh, there it goes. And we can make a bunch of these, and yeah, I'll try to build up the bulk of the stuff. Not only do we need to make the steam turbines, but we've got to make the actual boilers, these steam boilers, which produces our steam, and that takes the high pressure boiler tank. And these take steel plates, which we need to put through a rolling machine with steel. That's why we have the steel. Should be pretty fun. So I'll come back to you guys after I've made most of the stuff. So here's a bit of a recap in case you didn't see my world tour. This whole process begins with wheat being imported from a farm. As you can see, it's very backed up in the pipe. The wheat gets put into this barrel here. And these barrels actually aren't important. I'm not using them for anything anymore, so I'll probably get rid of them pretty soon. And in fact, this whole line here is not important. From there, the wheat gets combined with dirt, and then it's made into compost using a cyclic assembler. The compost and the wheat then get sent to a fermenter, which is receiving power and water, which outputs biomass. There's another one here. This one's got fertilizer in it. Once this fertilizer runs out, I'll switch back to compost. The biomass gets outputted in this pipe. It's this green fluid, and it gets put into this steel tank. From the steel tank, if we can get over here, this is why we've got to replace all this. From the steel tank, maybe I can get over here. Okay. It gets outputted into a Railcraft factory refinery. So the refinery takes the biomass and it outputs whatever this stuff is called, the ethanol. The ethanol gets sent to the steam boiler. Excuse me. The steam boiler burns this along with water, and it produces steam. The steam gets taken out, and it goes to the steam turbine. The steam turbine produces redstone flux with the steam, and that gets sent to a power cell that I'm using to basically power my entire base, and a tesseract on top, where I'm sending out all of that energy to other parts of my world. The idea here is to kind of streamline the process in terms of making it look nice, but also putting down another one of these boilers. This one's going to be a larger one, And so we'll start with the liquid-fueled firebox, and then we're going to place these all the way up. We're going to make a 3 by 3 by 3. So it's going to be 9 per layer, 27 total. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, this is the largest size I think you can make for them. Oh no, wait, you can make more. Okay, you can make them 3 by 4 by 3. Okay, that's kind of cool. So you can actually make them 1 block higher, which I will probably do down the line. So this is going to need different things. So as you can see, this white tile here, this is where another one's going to go, and then there'll be another one, and another one, and another one, so on and so forth. So this is going to need water, and I think I have enough fluid ducts. So it'll get water just like this, and that will fill it up. But it's also got to get this, the ethanol here, which hopefully I have. Oop, I don't want that. Hopefully I have enough of this stuff. 2, 3. I'm actually 1 short. Let's see if we can go make some. So we'll probably have to make a bunch anyways. So we'll be wiring it all up. Eventually I'll have to come back through and clean up the wiring too. For this we need the fluid. They are called fluid ducts still, right? Temperate fluid ducts, right. Okay. That's what we want. And we'll grab some. Okay, sweet. So now that we have sufficiently everything, I hope, we can hook this the rest of the way up. Oh, I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. And I broke everything. No! Okay. There we go. Okay, this should be dandy. Okay, it is. Sweet. And this will start its slow climb to heat capacity. So once it reaches its maximum heat, it'll start to produce the steam. Let's see. From there, we're going to have to output everything. So I think this. So the steam output's out of the top. So what I'll probably end up doing is about right here. Oh, right here. This will be the steam output. And if I'm lucky, this will connect kind of everywhere, which is what I want. I can actually do it like this. Or, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that. Yes, there we go. Sweet. Okay, so then we do this. And this will be the steam output. And the steam boilers will probably go along, sort of along this line, up in the air. So we'll have... So that'll actually be perfect right there. So we'll have steam boiler, steam boiler, steam boiler, steam boiler. And then we'll have all of this stuff coming out to them. Now these guys don't need water, they just need to receive the steam. That's perfect. Okay. Then we have pretty much everything wired up. The only remaining item is the actual powering, or power cabling, which can be hooked to either the front or the bottom. I'll probably hook it up to the bottom. This one's most in line. And then we'll wire it like this out to the energy cell. That makes sense. We do need some more of these redstone conduits, and we've got to wait for this thing to get heated up. I'm assuming the bigger they are, the longer they take to get heat up. I've actually never used steam power in a world before, like seriously. This little contraption here will pretty much power the base for now, but I don't know if I want to shut things off to move things around. I'm trying to check and see. Apparently I'm using more biomass than I'm producing still. So I probably need to make another fermenter at some point, which is fine. They don't seem to consume a lot of power. Doesn't really say either, but I'm assuming they don't I'm assuming they don't consume a lot of power. I could probably find out, but I'm also lazy. So yeah, this is going to be the setup. Let me go get some cabling together. I'm going to try to clear up some of the stuff in here, get rid of some of the extraneous things that I don't need anymore, like all of this I don't need. Don't need. Hey guys, so unfortunately I screwed up my audio recording. For some reason I recorded the video, but I didn't record the audio. I'll have to double check OBS and see what the deal was. Where we left off last time, we're talking about trying to get all of the equipment kind of sorted out, and what I ended up doing was putting in some impulse item ducts, adding more fermenters, adding power lines everywhere. Also, with the steam boiler at this point, it's running pretty decently. Finally building up a decent amount of steam so that it can power multiple steam turbines and actually generate all that power. The other steam turbines and the other boiler not really using as much anymore. I'm sort of waiting for that to get completely empty, and then I'll switch them out and be done with that. In the meantime, yeah, I changed out again the wiring, and this is me adding in another steam boiler for whatever reason I decided to add it in because I needed the space, and just to get more power out of it. And yeah, this is me grabbing it. Apparently, this is a little bit strange to record after I've already done it. So I'm kind of watching my actions, and I kind of had forgotten about it because it's been a few days since I recorded this. So hooking up the steam boiler, getting the steam, and producing another 160 ticks or 160 redstone flux per tick, which is pretty decent. And that is, I think, that was at the point that it started to drain my total steam capacity. Yeah, so that was draining my steam capacity. You can see the number going down slowly but surely. And as that boiler gets heated up, it's going to output more and more and more. So I'm going to probably leave that as a setup for a while until it's time to come back and fix the whole thing. Again, like I said, I added the impulse item duct to power the fermenters. I have more fermenters drawing quite a bit of power, drawing quite a bit of wheat. In fact, probably too much wheat. For some reason, I'm still checking out the boiler here. I don't know why. I added more refineries as well. The refinery is processing the biofuel. Is it biofuel? We'll see in a second. Oh, it doesn't show. Whatever the green stuff is, it turns it into the orange stuff, the orange tang, the ethanol, and it goes into the steam boiler, and the steam boiler produces the power, as I'm sure pretty much all of you know if you've played with Railcraft at all in any kind of serious extent. So doing all that, get the power running, and running a little bit low on wheat. Basically, I think later in this episode we go and we fix up some of the farm situation and try to get that better set up. I actually need to still go back there and fully figure that out because I need to be producing more wheat for the wheat god. And then we can hook up more boilers, and we can hook up more fermenters, and so on and so forth. So you can see the impulse item duct here. There's a new servo attached to it. This one still isn't getting the wheat because it's just taking forever. So it's not producing as much biomass as I can, but I was actually maxed out on my wheat consumption anyways. I was consuming more wheat than I could produce. Hopefully we'll change that in the future. You can see the biomass just pouring out at this point, which is what I've wanted for a while, and I should be able to power the quarry a little bit easier now. Otherwise, I still have my water wheels to kind of have some baseline power, which I do need, but I haven't tried to hook up a bunch of those because I think that's kind of cheaty. From here, you can see where the wheat comes from. I've shown this in previous videos. This is the wheat farm up here. It has a bunch of Railcraft crops. I recently updated this mod pack, and I had to go back into the config and turn weeds off for Railcraft because I don't like the weed mechanic. I think it's dumb, so I just got rid of it. And so I have all these great crops just growing like crazy, but I need to spread them around, and I kind of forgot how to use Railcraft, so I'm going to have to double check the wiki on how to do this. But as you can see, all kinds of fun stuff. I hooked up a second harvester, not using the sugarcane farm, and I got rid of the tree farm that was there, so I got to move that harvester over around into the front so that I can harvest more wheat a little bit faster. Probably expand the wheat farm a little bit, and we'll have way more wheat coming in than we could possibly need. So there's again me pointing out that former tree farm, cut everything down, disconnected everything. I don't need it anymore. And it's becoming night, so I will probably quickly take a nap. Oh, there's me pulling off the harvester. I forgot I did that actually. Do I put it down? I'm not sure. This is me grabbing a sleeping bag. Sleeping bags are the bomb, by the way. I love sleeping bags. They're so nice. They may not set your spawn, but they don't remove your spawn either. And it's just really handy to have those if you haven't made one before. I can't tell you which mod pack it's from because I forgot. It might be Open Blocks, but I could be completely wrong. And so, kind of to wrap this up, so we got 47 seconds left. Once I get everything set up with the power system, I'm hoping to come back upstairs here and rearrange all these machines because they are all over the place. And I desperately, desperately, desperately need to get them fixed and automate all of my production. I've got like dust everywhere and it needs to get smelted. So hopefully we'll get to that very, very soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the weirdness of the last part of this episode. And I'll see you guys next time.